Hi, I'm Halina Rice. I'm an electronic music producer and AV artist. I would say I'm an immersive-first artist. So what I like to do is create enveloping experiences for the audience, and I often use a lot of immersive technologies, of which spatial audio is a really key one. Way back, when I grew up, I was trained sort of in classical music, sort of for piano and orchestral percussion, but my brother had every electronic music instrument you could think of, and I used to, as a little girl, kind of wander into his room and just play with synths and drum machines and things. So to me, it was always super familiar to be an electronic musician. And then later in life, I kind of came back to it, and I wanted to learn about music production. Did a short course at Point Blank College, which is an amazing electronics school in London, and then it just unfolded from there really. And I realised that I really loved live as an experience. I loved the connection with audiences. So for me, coming into Spatial actually came from that direction. So I originally did a gig in 2019 at Abbey Road Studios. And at that point, I met with L Acoustics, who had a 12.1 system in that room, and encouraged me just to learn and understand the software, which sort of after a few days, with the help of their engineers, I was able to reprogram my set for spatial audio. And I was so excited about the opportunities for spatial audio, expanding the palette of ways that I could immerse the audience. So now, my shows involve visuals, lighting, and audio, and where I can, it will always be spatial audio. And then following that, I kind of came the reverse journey to a lot of producers. So I actually then went, well, okay, if I'm doing this live, I should be releasing live. And of course, Dolby Atmos is the format for releasing recorded. So then I sort of came back into learning more about Dolby, and with the kind support of the Dolby Atmos team in London, I learned much more about it, and so the last 2 albums have been released as Atmos releases. So it was amazing because I submitted everything, I created it all, and of course by that time you've heard it 1,000 times, and create the ADM files, submitted them to the distribution service. And then on the release day, I was so nervous. It's like, is this going to work? And then I think I bought myself the newest AirPods specifically so that I could go home and have a listen to it. And I was like, wow, yes, this really is. It's giving me a sense that's different from the stereo. I mean, stereo is good. It has its place. But this was like, okay, there's a roominess and there's movement and stuff that I couldn't perceive before. So it was a really great moment, and also a moment of relief that the whole process worked out so well. I think the whole vision of the project is quite a holistic one. So it's about the audience experience. So therefore, every touch point with the audience, whether it's how the venue looks when they walk into a live experience, or how they're experiencing it, whether it's recorded at home, whether it's in a live environment, is giving them that additional dimension, or as much that I can do to bring them into a different world, because my objective is to sort of bring people out of their day-to-day and give them some otherworldly sort of styles of experience. Yes, that's right. So Unreality is the name of the album, again in Dolby Atmos. And the exciting thing on the visual side was that we were working with a company called Target 3D, who are a volumetric studio, and a choreographer and dancer called Anna Varga. And we were capturing the dancer in 360. So literally we had I think it's about 45 camera information of her dancing, which means that we now have this 360 video of the choreographer, and we've got sort of 360 music. So what I'd love to do is, as a next step, turn that into an immersive exhibition, or sort of even a VR or XR experience. So extending the project out of, it's not just live, it's not just recorded, it's all sorts of forms of delivery of music and visual content, basically. Exactly, and again, not just for me, it's about the audience and what's going to change. Will headsets become lighter and less impactful? Because sometimes I've felt they're an obstruction to connection, and my whole thing is about connection. The technology is all moving so fast, and all the cogs are changing. So it'd be really interesting just to keep sort of working on projects and keep looking at the work that other people are doing all around the world as well.